Three, two, one.
Buenos noches, amigos, and welcome to episode 28 of Not Another Sox podcast. I am Jack Webster here with Matt Galveo and Matt LeBeau. As always, fellas, the Red Sox are back.
They're back.
They are back. They are back.
Sox are back, baby.
They're so back. It's crazy.
Dude, it's unbelievable, man. You could not ask for a better week if you're a Red Sox fan, especially this past weekend, going 4 for 4 against the Mariners, dude. Whew. Cannot ask for a better week.
We were a little on the edge after that road trip in Atlanta and Texas. We're like, are we back? But I think this week really cemented the fact that the Sox are indeed back.
Dude, they're so back. It's insane. And honestly, this is exactly, I'm not like trying to brag to my own horn, anything like that at all. But this is the blueprint that I thought that this team would follow, which is like pitch well, starting pitching is good, and then you hit well enough, and you don't really have to worry about the bullpen. Like the back end of the bullpen, it doesn't matter. This is exactly how they're playing. Plus, they're coming back from like deficits, 4-0, 5-0. I mean, the Red Sox are back. They're obviously back, and they're only like at this point 3 games out of a wild card spot, or maybe 3.5 or something like that.
No,
3. Yeah. So at the end, it's still May, and they're so close to a wild card spot. I mean, the team's back. They're so back. It's crazy.
It's great just because, we were kind of hoping for this the entire season. It was almost at the point where we had to not lose hope, but if the way the team was playing kept trending, we could be having a very different discussion right now, but we don't have to be because the Sox are back.
Yep. 100%.
That's right. We were just waiting for this, like you said, Jack, these first, month and a half, 2 months of the season, we were just waiting for just like consistently good play from this team for like a week stretch, like first, like baby steps. Now you have it. And there's a lot to feel good about this whole week. You had Trevor Story had a big game, a few nights ago. Then today you have the big moment with Franchi. Like you're just waiting. Like we were talking about this like so far all year, that they needed like a moment in the season that would change things. And I feel like this week you've had a couple of those moments, especially today. And I think this is something that can propel this team going forward and really change. I think this week, the Mariners series especially is one that you might look on, in September and October, where like you could say, well, that series changed, the way that the way the season was going.
Right. There was multiple moments where you could look back. Like if you're watching the documentary in your head, right? You're watching the 2022 World Series Championship documentary in your head. You're like, what was the turning point of the year? What was the moment? And this series was, I think you could say that this series was the moment because this series had moments, plural, like the Franchi, walk-off grand slam, like the Trevor Story 3 home run game, like the Trevor Story grand slam the exact next day. I mean, that's exactly what you need from this team. And that just gets you so fired up, especially seeing Trevor Story, who has had such an issue getting the ball rolling. I think that's such a big time series for him.
Yeah, no, and of course, I completely agree with you guys. The Mariner series is the one that's really going to stick out in the World Series DVD at the end of the year as the turning point. But that series against the Astros, too, taking 2 out of 3 from a very good team was as encouraging of a sign as anything, because the Mariners, I feel like we just beat them every year. I don't know what our lifetime record is, but it has to be like 107. I agree. It really feels like the Mariners are never an actual challenge to us, and apparently not the rest of baseball, since the iPod outlasted them in their playoff drought. So rest in peace. But it was nice to have that Trevor Story game-tying home run in that first game. And then we don't even need to talk about that second game. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. And then obviously the Nick Pivetta complete game masterpiece as well on that Thursday, not to get lost in the shuffle of everything.
Yeah. I mean, dude, wow. Like, you feel so good. You feel so good about this team, and it makes you excited to come on here and talk about this team. And this is where, like, it gets, it gets fun. Like, you put in a lot of time where it's the off season and it sucks, and then you put in a lot of time where it's like the team doesn't play well, and now it's just like, dude, this is fun. Like, this is great to watch. It's compelling, and you have guys that are stepping up. Hopefully they can just keep it going because they're a good team. This is a good team. This is officially a good team. This is officially a good team. No one can say anything besides the fact that they're a good team.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and you knew this was a good team because of what they were able to. I mean, so many of the core was, that went on a run last year came back. And I mean, it's not something that you always knew the team had it in them, but for whatever reason, it just wasn't clicking early on. And now you're, like you said, you're starting to see what, we saw last year with a lot of these guys and what they were able to do. And now they're starting to put it all together. You get guys like Story, Pivetta, guys that were struggling early on, they get going. And then I really do think the Franchi Grand Slam today almost makes you feel even better just because it's not a guy that's a regular in the lineup. It almost makes you feel like when those guys step in and they have big moments, it almost makes the moment feel even better because it's just a guy like Franchi that, was in Worcester earlier this year, and he comes up and he gets a big hit that could really turn your season around. So there's just so much to like about what happened these last few nights.
Yeah, no, it takes a full roster of guys to actually have a World Series caliber team. We saw that in 2018. We saw that with every championship team that we've had here too. There's always going to be those role players like Franchi, like Plawecki, like even Schreiber, who's been doing great out of the bullpen for us out of nowhere. It really does take that full 40-man roster in order to, actually be competitive and to feel like we're even missing a lot of our 26-man roster for the first few weeks of the season. So now it's nice to get some of those guys rolling, get the guy like Franchi going, and, start to piece together the bullpen a little bit more as well. Now you feel like a lot more well-rounded team than even 2 weeks ago when I was shouting at the top of my lungs for how fucking mad I was at this team.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think also one thing that we could probably all relate to, three of us, right, is the fact that we've all worked in minor league sports. We know that the direct impact that maybe one guy that comes up from, whether it be AAA or the AHL in a hockey sense, right, could have an impact on the team. You never know when it's going to happen. And in this case, obviously, it's I'm not saying that Franchi is going to hit for the Triple Crown, but he's obviously having a very positive impact on this team and giving the ability to not play Bobby Dahlbeck against right-handed pitching.
Yeah.
So you never know when it's going to happen. You never know what the circumstances is going to be where someone is going to have a huge impact. Obviously, we know the prospects. We know the prospects that are dwelling in Worcester and then also AA in Portland. But like those unsung heroes of maybe who are like past the point of like prospect, what would be the term? Prospectitude, right?
Yeah.
Like Franchi's like he's that. Yeah, that's definitely a word. He's not a prospect, right? He's past the point of prospectitude, but he's like a major league worthy player, but he is in AAA.
Yeah.
Now he comes up and he makes that instant impact because he's been dying to get to that point. And you see that in hockey all the time. So I think that's something that we can all probably relate to. We've
Yeah.
probably all seen that.
Yeah.
Shout out P. Bruins.
Yeah. Shout out to Sox. Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Jack's grinded in minor league baseball for a long time.
He has. Well, Jack's the only person on the show that has worked for both Rhode Island minor league sports teams. I mean, both Rhode Island. Forget the term minor league. Both Rhode Island professional sports teams.
Yeah.
I mean, that's dude. That's like he's seen plenty.
From a guy that's not originally from Rhode Island, I am the most roadie at this point in terms of sports affiliated.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, Buddy Sancey's actually my dad. By the way, it's always so great, like watching old Family Guy episodes and getting all the like slight Rhode Island jokes that like nobody else gets, like the high school being named Buddy Sancey High School.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, just like James Woods and all that other shit. Now I finally can appreciate it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I mean, dude, there's so many Rhode Island references in Family Guy. It's
yeah.
Dude, when I was a kid, I was like, dude, this is just normal. But then you grow up, and it's like, this is not normal at all. Like,
No.
This is like something to be appreciated. It's awesome.
Rhode Island's a big baseball state.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Dude, the Family Guy episodes where like they make Red Sox references are always the funniest. Like there was one of Quagmire watching the game on his phone at a wedding, and he was watching it and he goes, Ortiz, stop swinging a junk. And literally that is like I couldn't relate to anything more in my entire life. At all. Like that's, and then there's one where like Peter catches a fucking home run from Xander Bogaerts. That was fucking hilarious. Like you just can't it's impossible to relate to anything more. Like that's
I think they actually had McCoy Stadium in one of the episodes.
No, they did. Oh, definitely.
Jack was actually in Family Guy.
Yeah. I am Peter Griffin.
Hey, that's not a bad laugh right there. Were you there for the hot wieners?
No, I that was the year after I left, but I do have a hot wieners hat. Yeah.
Nice.
We do need to put together a Woo Sox outing sometime and let the fans know.
I would love to.
The Booster Club is a fan of the show.
They are.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're great.
Shout out to Joe B, vice president of some operations there that follows us as well.
Oh wow, we got some front office guys from Woo Sox following us. Wow,
we do. Yeah,
nice.
That's big.
Nice.
We're gonna be the Jack's gonna be the GM at one point.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely know a whole lot about doing that type of stuff.
I could see it. I'd love to. I think we should work on I think we should work on our next Fenway outing because that's very important.
Yeah. No, we'll start to plan more. I know Matt LeBeau is really busy winning slow pitch softball games on his own, 27-12. He was crushing down some cold ones today. Really took it like a champion instead of going to a baseball game with us. He really had to show up that other team and make sure Medicare Joe had a fighting chance.
Shout out to Medicare Joe, 27-12. Great win today. Excellent. We're 2-2. We're back to 500. We're back to 500.
And again, I'm 0-3 at Fenway this year. Maybe I should stop going.
Dude, you also gave away the tickets for the best game of the year, which
I know.
Jack, I'm so grateful that you did that because that helps our show. But at the end of the day, like, dude, that is unbelievably bad luck that you gave away the tickets for the Nick Pavetta.
It was a 6 o'clock game. I just I literally shouted it out at the end of the podcast last week. Like, does anybody want these? And I got 0 biters. I was like, I will literally just at least make sure somebody's able to go to this game. And It looks like the guy that did had a very good time. We do follow through with our giveaways. We can confirm that. So,
yep. No, he did. He did. He had a great time. So again,
I was hitting myself a little bit over that one.
Jack, we really appreciate you giving away the tickets. That was very commendable. Again, greatly appreciate it. Helps the show. It does suck though. That was definitely the best game of the year. But
yeah,
so far, I mean, there's going to be more games. We're going to go to more games. We're going to go to a lot of games, and also in the playoffs, this team's going to make the playoffs. I don't care what anyone says. Fuck you if you don't think they're going to make the playoffs. You're an absolute clown. They're going to make the playoffs. We're going to go to the playoffs. It's going to be fucking absolutely electric. We're going to tell all the Guidos to go home. And if they're playing the Blue Jays, we're going to tell all the fucking Canadians to go home. It's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely electric.
And here's the thing: we're gonna face the Yankees in the playoffs, and we're gonna fucking beat them again.
We are. No,
they're
we
rating
really are.
so high right now, just for a team that they know they're gonna lose in the playoffs because Aaron Boone is just the worst fucking manager, and Aaron Judge are just the softest little crybaby boy in the entire fucking world. Oh no, I hit 2 home runs and we won the game. But I could have hit a third if it wasn't for the new wall. And the Yankees fans are just the first to complain about when, like, oh, that would have been a home run in 29 other ballparks. But meanwhile, DJ LeMahieu, it's a grand slam into the first row. It's only a home run at Yankee Stadium, and they get so defensive, like it's a home run all the same. Like they're just the most fucking hypocritical fans you'll ever fucking see. And to cry after hitting a 2-homer game will just show that this team is just not World Series mentality.
They're not. I don't know if they realize. I don't know if the Yankees and Yankee fans realize that they have to be one of the 2 best teams in the American League. If they're not, they don't get a bye into the first round. So they have to play a wild card team in the first round of the playoffs. That's how it works. Like, if you're not one of the 2 best teams in the American League. So, like, dude, they could easily play the Red Sox in the first round. And they could lose. Like, I don't know if they realize that. But dude, like, and I'm not saying that the Yankees need to keep their foot on the gas. Like, I'm not saying they're letting up. But this is becoming like just a bunch of it's diva baseball. Like they're just divas. And Josh Donaldson is a racist piece of shit. Like, let's get that out of the way real fast. Josh Donaldson is a racist piece of shit. And like the only thing I hate more than Yankee fans are racist. So that's
the Venn diagram is basically a circle. What? You mean to tell me the individuals that will throw trash on the field might also be racist and bad people? You telling me the guy with the fucking mullet with the side shaved off might be racist?
Yeah, he's definitely racist. He's definitely racist.
And the
he literally said it
for it was so bad too.
He tweeted, he was like, every other All-Star game sucks besides Major League Baseball and the NHL. I'm like, dude, all right, I mean, that's kind of racist. Like, I don't necessarily disagree with him. Like, honestly, every All-Star game sucks besides MLB. But where he put NHL in there, that's what made it racist. Because like the NHL All-Star game sucks. The only good All-Star game is MLB All-Star.
It's the worst.
The only good All-Star game is MLB All-Star game. That's it. That's the only good All-Star game is the MLB All-Star game. But the fact that he put the NHL in there, dude, that was like just him being straight up racist. Like that, he was like, all right, he was talking about the NBA, and he was like, this is embarrassing. I'm like, all right, fine. I actually don't disagree. But if you're gonna put the MLB and the NHL in there, then you're just, dude. I just think like that's where it gets like a little like spicy.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, no, Jack, like you were saying about the judge comment after the game. It's like the Yankees, like they want, like the fans wonder why they're like the most hated organization probably in sports, across all the major sports. I mean, they just comments like that. It's like, oh, I would have had a third one if it wasn't for the new wall. The Donaldsons. It's just like crybaby like stuff, and it's like
I would have went to state if I didn't blow up my hamstring.
Right. And I love that there was like a parody like baseball account that had like the fake tweet from Cedric Mullins, and he was like, "Dude, I could literally bunt a home run at your park. Like, what are you talking about?"
Yeah, that was funny shit.
Dude, those fake quotes, just getting actual people are just unbelievable.
Yeah,
Our boy Kyle Sullivan fell victim to one of them as
He
well.
did. He did.
Oh,
R.I.P. R.I.P. Kyle. R.I.P.
hate to see
Kyle.
it.
It was a
Hate
tough
to
look.
see it.
It was a tough look.
Yeah, New York Porch Sports. That's one of the better accounts on Twitter. It is absolutely hilarious. It's like it's obviously just all parodies of what
Yeah.
the New like, and that's the funny thing. The New York Post is almost a parody in itself.
Yeah.
Like they tweet such ridiculous bullshit, and their headlines are so ridiculous that you would think it's a parody. But then New York Porch Sports, who's run by Yankee librarian, shout out him. He's very, very good, very, very funny, and he just takes it to the next level. And it's hard to decipher if it's legit. And Kyle Sullivan, biggest fan of the show, he did get got, and I do feel bad. But
You hate to see it.
I don't
you
know.
do. He mentioned it, and I was like, "Oh, Kyle got. Dude, that sucks. He got fucking got. That sucked."
Kyle,
And now everybody knows it too.
Yeah, everybody
we
knows.
didn't have to talk about this at all, but here we are.
we basically putting him on blast.
We are. Oh, we are. But it's easy to get got because it's a spoof on the New York Post, and they do tweet ridiculous shit, especially like with John Heyman. Also, shout out to everyone that hates John Heyman. If you hate John Heyman, you're a friend of the show. He's such a fucking pussy and such a piece of shit. He's such a New York piece of shit. And this year he's like
such a puppet.
He is. He's such a puppet, and he's being extra this year. Like with everything, he's being so extra this year. Honestly, it's
Dude, what's gotten into that guy?
It's unbelievable.
Scott
I don't
Boras.
understand it.
That's what.
Yeah. Scott Boras is fucking that throat.
Like, Scott Boras just wants Xander to get traded so there isn't a qualifying offer attached to him in the offseason. And he's playing John Heyman like, yeah, say the Red Sox are bad so that way other teams think they might actually get an opportunity. But like, he's still gonna just continue this fucking narrative because he's not gonna back down.
Yeah.
The only reason he gets any stories ever is because he will just tweet out this nonsensical shit from teams, from owners to, get any fucking rat edge that he can.
Yeah, he's such a rat. He's such a New York fucking rat. And like, dude, he's such a Boris guy. He's such a Yankee guy. Like, dude, why would you not tweet about Xander Bogaerts being traded? If you were a Boris guy and you were a Yankee guy, like that's a perfect storm. Like, I hate the guy, but he's just, he's kind of doing his job. I just wish that, like, he just wouldn't bring the whole team into it. Like, if you want to tweet about Bogaerts being traded, like, that's fine. But don't automatically say the Red Sox are going to be forced to sell because of, like one bullpen pitcher. He was like, the Red Sox might have to sell. Because why? Because, like, they have a bullpen that's, like, not great.
Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't, dude.
We can get a bullpen arm. I think,
Absolutely.
That's something that's going to actually be on the table moving forward and proving this team instead of tearing it down. We got pieces to do. We still got time to figure things out. There's not going to be any major trades within the next month anyways. But, like, as long as this team keeps playing well, there's reasons to add in multiple positions where we can get better at. And, if we can't figure that out internally, we do have the prospects to actually get impactful pieces.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what makes this, this last week, big as well, is that now if you're Red Sox management, right, if you're Chaim Bloom, you see what this team can do. You see, okay, this team can make a run. They have a future here. They have, the season's not over. Obviously they've played very good baseball here. And this Mariners series especially shows, obviously, like we mentioned earlier, what this team can do going forward. They have the talent to make a run. And that proves to Chaim Bloom that, hey, we can improve this team. This team is worthy of, being improved, adding pieces to make a run because they've showed that they can do it. So definitely, at some point this summer, before the deadline, I'm sure they'll be looking to add, barring nothing major happening. If they keep going the way they are now, I think, yeah, they'll definitely be in the mix to to add some bullpen arms or maybe add a first baseman or
Josh Bell.
different holes. Yeah, you've been big on that. You've been big on the Josh Bell.
It just makes too much sense. He's a free agent at the end of the
Yeah.
year. He can even play a little right field if Cassis is ready by the end of the season, and that way you don't have to rush him either. And we can get Bobby Dahlbeck back down to Worcester. Or actually Worcester for the first time. He's never been there. I heard it's great this time of year. There's a brewery right there. You're going to love it. You're going to love it, Bobby.
Worcester's
the heart of Massachusetts.
Yeah, it is.
He'll love it. He's going to love it. Apartments in Worcester.
Yeah.
Bobby D search history.
Yeah. Apartments.com.
He's on Zillow right now.
Yeah.
We might
Craigslist looking for a good deal with some roommates.
Yeah.
They're away for the summer for spring break or for summer break, and they just need someone to fill the spot.
Dude, Bobby Dahlbeck's gonna be going to like roommate mixers, dude.
Yeah.
Looking for a roommate.
Yeah.
Jack, you might have to room with him. Maybe you can move up to Worcester for the summer.
I got a dog cage.
You'll tweet a picture of like Bobby Dahlbeck in the dog cage. Be like, I'm not letting him out.
Yeah. Until you hit 200.
Yeah.
It's been nice not having to yell at the Red Sox social media team too.
Yep. I know. They've had it. This last week must have been such a relief for them, like not having to just get shit on like every night.
They still do, probably by their parents.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck
Ryan Brazier finally was optioned, so we did let Wally and Tessie out of the cage.
They're out.
They're eating many cats right now. You don't need to worry about them. They were getting fat fucking faces.
They were getting pretty hungry at one point.
They were. No,
we didn't have enough. We didn't have enough cats.
Yeah. Well, he was looking for enough cats. Yeah, I mean, it's the perfect time of year. The felines are just kind of running around Fenway Park, just really meowing and getting out there. So it's been pretty clean now. It's been pretty clean.
You're not seeing too many strays around the area.
I just love whenever we start talking about feral cats and Matt LeBeau just looks like he just wants to die.
Honestly, no. I think it's hilarious. Honestly, I think it's hilarious.
He's just waiting for the cease and desist and the podcast to be over.
No, really, I think it's hilarious. I do. I honestly, I'm just a little bit tired. I had a long day.
I'm sure somebody.
I think the Wally cat thing is absolutely hilarious.
I would love to see, like, I'm sure somebody from the Red Sox, like, social media team has probably seen that. Somebody has to have seen that by that point. And I wonder what, like, if you're working for the social media team for the Red Sox and you come across that, like, I would love to see what their reaction is after seeing. Yeah.
Somebody has to know. Somebody has to know that we have created Wally the Monster, which is just a cat-eating psychopath. And even if they don't know that it's us that created that, somebody has to know that is a thing that's out there.
Yeah.
Like, they just have to. It's impossible for them not to. Truly.
Yeah,
we're making waves. We're making waves. I think people are finally starting to notice us.
That also was on Wikipedia for like a while too.
Like 2 months. At least a month.
That's actually a pretty long time. Like that's like, dude, that's unbelievable that it was out there for that long.
We got photos of it too, so that's all that matters.
Yes, we have proof.
Great photographs. Great photographs. Screenshots on Wikipedia. It's hard to beat that. It really is. Do you guys want to talk about the games at all? Like the Mariners games, or?
Yeah, let's start off with that Trevor Story 3 home run game, because he had one against the Astros, which was nice, but like he jumped his offensive stats from like an 80 wins created plus to like a 115, and like started to take the lead in RBIs at second base in the American League, just like out of nowhere, like just unbelievable game.
Dude, I think he raised his OPS by what? Like
at least 100 points.
Dude, 100 points, over 100 points. I mean, that's unreal for one or two games. I mean,
one game, and he had a stolen base too.
Yeah, and it was a nice stolen base. It really didn't like matter too much, but like you swipe third with 1 out, and that's a big time stolen base. You swipe third with 1 out, and Red Sox fans are going to like you because you're literally like putting yourself in a position to score a run. Like that's awesome. Yeah. This is the coming out. This is easily the coming out party for Trevor Story. This is fantastic.
Right. I mean, it's got to feel good for him personally just to have a game like this, because obviously, everyone's seen his struggles early on. And we know he's a fantastic player. And he knew it was coming, and just for it to be, I think it's even better for it to be at home. It was at Fenway. He's got 3 bombs. He's got to that's got to be something that just makes you feel really good if you're Trevor Story, to do that in front of the Fenway fans, to have just such a big game with the 3 home runs, a stolen base. And I think that's a game that obviously hopefully propels him going forward. And we see the Trevor Story that we saw, with the Rockies for those years.
Yeah, no, and we see him actually start to recognize breaking balls in the zone. And I think that was something that he was really affected him, not having that full spring training, not having this regular start that we've talked about like 100 times on this show already. So now it feels like this is the actual player that we signed, and thank God we didn't sign Marcus Semien Marcus Stroman or a handful of other guys, because right now Trevor Story's looking like a whole lot better deals than some of the guys that we all wanted in this offseason.
Dude, that's crazy.
Sully Suzuki. But no, it's he's played great defense as well. Especially learning the position. He's obviously sticking there even when Xander had to be taken out of the game the other night. Cora kept him at second, so it's clear that he just wants him there for the entirety of the season, and no matter what, unless if it's a true emergency situation, I'm sure.
Yeah. If you're also real quick, if you're the girl that posted the Patrick Star meme of Trevor Story saying that, why don't we spend the Trevor Story money on bullpen pitchers, then stop listening to the show right now. You're not welcome, but also sup, but you're also not welcome.
She's been very quiet since.
Very quiet. Not one baseball tweet since. So, maybe okay. Maybe she was just out of her league a little bit. That's okay. I mean, it is what it is. There was a lot of people that jumped down her throat, figuratively, but that's how it is. I mean, you say something dumb like that, and you got people. Dude, Red Sox Twitter is going to come after you. Red Sox Twitter is a dangerous game. Honestly.
Dude, when they dig up those,
and we're subject to it too. We're subject to it as well.
We are.
Pee-pee-poo-poo take. We'll wear that on the chest.
We're in the crosshairs, obviously, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, you better. If you don't, dude, you better come correct. That's how it works. Period.
Also, Alex Cora is getting fired by the All-Star break.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bastards. Yeah. Bastard says Alex Cora is out. Alex Cora is out.
Hey, I'd love to know what they think right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. They must be so mad that the Red Sox are winning and that they can't complain about the team.
Dude, Tony,
that's all it is.
Dude, after today's game, Tony Maz is like punching the air, dude. Like, what are we gonna talk? What are me and Felga gonna talk about tomorrow? The team's doing well.
Sports Hub's definitely punching the air. When was the last time Tony Mans has been on?
I don't know, actually. I think it's been a while.
Dude,
But I
think
really
he's only signed for X amount of games. I think it's clear that it's going to be Kevin Youkilis moving forward.
He's unbelievable.
In that spot.
He's very
Youkilis is good, and he's only going to get better. He's only going to get better.
I've noticed a few hiccups. It's fine though. They're not big ones.
They're not big ones. I think like I would like to see more accurately. I mean, Eck is the best there is. So I don't know. He's done less games than normal. You know.
I think that's his own choice, though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's on the older side. You know, like
he's just trying to get tan in Florida, man. He's just trying to, you know,
trying to
enjoy.
bronze.
Yeah. But talking about the broadcast, we do have to talk about Dave O'Brien, man. I know we usually shit on him, but he actually had a really good call on that Franchi homer.
He did. No, he really did. He did. Galveo loves O'Brien.
Yeah. Big OB guy.
Yeah, I'm a big O'Brien guy, yeah.
He loves O'Brien. No. Obi had a good call on the Franchi.
I mean, at least he didn't say Finnegan's Rainbow again.
Yeah, no, yeah. He really did have a good call, and that was an exciting moment. That was the most exciting moment of the year so far. Not only that, but at that point where you've won that many games in a row, I mean, this team is legit. This team is absolutely legit. This is fun to watch.
Just where was that when you hit a game-winning home run in Game 162 in the 9th inning?
Yeah.
That was the right energy for today for the Franchi call. We can all agree, but where has this been? Because you saw it a lot in 2018, and then obviously team was kind of bad in 19 and 20. But we need more excitement like this.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. We didn't even talk about any of the other games. Story hit that grand slam, and JBJ that 3-run homer in the second game of the series, also huge.
Shout out JB Jesus, fucking crushing it.
He have you looked at his home and away numbers? They're absolutely ridiculous.
No, but I do know that Tim John loves JBJ. He's the biggest JBJ fan ever. And honestly, I thought that was a shtick after he won the JBJ bobblehead. But dude, he has stayed true to being the biggest JBJ fan that I know. And he won the JBJ
when he called his name. He had JBJ in his bio already, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool as shit that we actually found the one JBJ fan out there." That was, stayed loyal and true throughout the years.
He's a diehard JBJ fan, and I still cannot believe he won the JBJ bobblehead. But, dude, honestly, Jackie has a definite place on this team, being a defensive replacement, being a guy that can maybe hit a bomb every now and then, runs the base as well, is a veteran guy who, is going to offer advice to the younger guys. He definitely has a place on this team. Could I say the same about Dahlbeck? I don't know. Could I say the same about maybe Arroyo? Probably not. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Arroyo had a bomb today. That was a great shot. But other than that, I mean, he's been terrible this year. So, I mean, is Jackie the next one to go? No, it's probably Dahlbeck, right? After that, though, if hypothetically someone else goes, then I think it's either him or Arroyo. Right?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it doesn't get to that point, and hopefully the team just stays healthy, and that does become an issue if there is somebody that you need to call up later on in the road or anything like that. But there's clear replacements for those types of dudes as well. Let's say Jonathan Aru starts raking, you can theoretically just swap him and Christian Arroyo out. I don't know what Arroyo's contract situation's like, if he has any options left. I honestly would probably doubt it at this point, but he's a guy that you would like it to have as organizational depth, but obviously you have sometimes pressed to put the best team out there when you are trying to win a World Series like we are this year.
Yep. No, absolutely. White Sox just beat the Yankees.
Twice today.
It just happened just now. They just beat the Yankees. Round of applause. Oh, both the White Sox.
Hey, we got the White Sox next.
Yeah. They used up all their wins on the Yankees there. It's okay.
They did.
Yankees 0-2 since Josh Donaldson was racist.
Yep.
It's a tough look.
Yeah.
That is a tough
The White
look.
Sox are 2-0.
You love to see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, going on off of like, the JBJ, you did have a lot of you had some nice moments from guys at the bottom of the order. Like obviously you mentioned JBJ, we mentioned Franchi with the grand slam today. And then also, Vasquez had that go-ahead RBI in the eighth last night. So it's nice to see those guys, that don't normally produce a ton of offense, have, nice moments this weekend. So that was definitely encouraging to see.
Absolutely. Go Sox, dude. The Sox are so fucking back. If you don't think the Sox are back, you're a dunce.
Yeah, we have a pretty easy schedule for essentially the next month now.
Absolutely.
This is a good time to really take advantage of this.
Dude, that's what I said like multiple times on Twitter. It's like, dude, this the best part about this run is after the White Sox, you literally play Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Oakland. Like if you can't string together some wins against those teams, they should be well over 500 after that stretch, after that 10-game stretch.
And then you face LA for 4. Then we have another 3-game set against the Seattle Mariners. And like I'm saying, we're 100 games versus 7 against them over the last 20 years now. So that's another 3 wins. And then we face Oakland again. Like
107.
What?
Print the shirts. 107. 107. Print the shirts.
Well, it's about to be 110-7, so we'll wait till after the series is done. We don't want to have to keep changing the shirt every year. We're going to be done with them for the season. We're not going to see them in the playoffs, so it's not like it's going to matter. Yeah,
it's true. 110.
I feel so bad for the Mariners, though. I do.
I know they're really talented. They signed Robbie Ray. I was like, dude, this team's really good. And then just you come into Fenway, get your fucking doors blown off, and honestly, I'm just very happy about it. But I just thought they would be a lot better. Seriously.
Yeah, well, they still got time. I mean, people were saying the same thing about us, but it's harder to see with the Mariners, just given the team history.
Yep.
Exactly.
Quick shout out to fucking JD, Devers, and Bogarts. The fucking core of the team just absolutely crushing it right now.
Dude, they fuck.
They do. They really do. I mean, they just must be getting so much ass just thrown at them right now. I mean, they're all hitting above 300, and I know batting average isn't like the best factor or the best thing to determine how good a player is, but they're just crushing it right now. They're awesome. So
Xander, is he single or does he have a girlfriend? Or
he tweeted that ass pic way back in the day, dude. Right when he came up, dude, he tweeted that thong pic, and he just randomly tweeted. It was just a random tweet. It was just like a nude. Everyone was like, "All right, dude, like this is nuts." And then he deleted Twitter, and he was like, "I'm done about Twitter."
He can't trust himself.
He can, dude. He just tweet. He's just over here tweeting aspects, and she looks great, honestly. Like, I'll be the first one to say, like, that was a really good picture. But,
dude, imagine
who knows if he's single.
Dude, imagine if he is. I mean, if he is, and he's just playing the way he is right now, and he's just like a single guy. Imagine like him in like the Seaport, dude, just like absolutely crushing it.
He's getting ass thrown.
You don't even have.
He's a great looking guy. Like, even if he wasn't a professional baseball player, I think he would clean up. Yeah. He's a good looking guy. Like, but dude,
some might even say he's the most handsome man on the team.
You can make the argument.
I make that argument. I think he's a very regal man.
No, you could definitely make the argument. I'm trying to think of like who would be maybe like up there.
Probably Alex Cora.
Let's rate who's like sexy and who's fugly on this team.
Well, Dahlbeck.
Yeah, he's
like he's young. He's got like a young vibe. he's not like a man to me.
No,
he's more like
he's
a young
27 though.
kid.
He looks
age-wise,
younger than
he
he is. Yeah.
But he just doesn't strike
He
me
kind of
as
seems like he's
someone
almost
who's
he's like a frat boy kind of.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else
Nate's
is like a
sexy.
stud. Who?
Evaldi, yeah.
Nate Evaldi. I think he's.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
Nate.
get it. Yeah.
Nasty Nate.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
He could get it.
JBJ's pretty handsome.
JBJ's handsome guy. JD is obviously very handsome.
JBJ's also yoked. You have to factor that in.
Who's that?
Yep. Kike.
Oh, Kike. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kike's very handsome. Yep. Pitchers. Not the best looking pitching staff in the major leagues, but
I'm glad we don't have a good looking pitching staff outside of Nate. You want some dirt dogs in there.
Yep.
I feel like Tanner Houck would look better if he actually shaved the mustache.
I'm sorry. No, Tanner Houck. Tanner Houck's the best looking guy.
He's got the tattoos going.
I'm sorry, Tanner Houck's the best looking guy on the team. It's not even close. It is. Yeah.
But looks like the guy you want to bring home to mom. Like
he's like a wholesome guy. Yeah.
Yep.
Like he's handsome, but like he's just very clean cut.
Big Fudge.
Yeah.
Yep. But no, Tanner Houck is just absolute he's like got like that Jax Teller, like he's straight sexy.
Yeah.
Tanner Houck's straight sexy, honestly.
I think it's the he's tatted up, they love it.
No, he's sexy as fuck. He really is.
Jake Diekman looks like a meth head.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Strom looks fucking yeah. Same kind of thing.
Exactly, a little bit, yeah. Who else is even on this fucking team?
Robles is,
yeah, he's fine. He's like, yeah.
He's all right.
Erod was a pretty good looking guy. I think
Erod was, yeah. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Devers is like he's just a kid, so you can't really judge him on how sexy he is. It's just inappropriate. We're not gonna go there.
Right.
Rich Hill is like
Rich Hill.
He's like sugar daddy.
Yeah. Rich Hill's a sugar daddy. Ugliest Vasquez, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. He kind of has like just I don't even know how to describe it. Like almost like a pig face. I don't know.
He does. No, he does. I mean, Vasquez is definitely up there. I mean, Verdugo's not like.
I feel like Verdugo could clean up nice if he wanted to.
Yeah, he could. No, he could. But like, I don't think he's like an attractive guy. Like, I think he's like very middle of the road. I wouldn't say he's one of the ugliest on the teams. I mean, Devers is cute, like especially because when he hits
he's like an adorable
450-foot bomb. Like, I'd be like, I want to hug this guy.
Yeah,
but like he's not like sexy.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not. He like you said, he's more of like
14.
just like
right.
We really
we could get arrested. We could get arrested for this segment.
Yeah,
we're talking about Devers.
Especially when he's like trotting around the bases, dude. After you just blasted a home run, he's just like so like you said, you want to give him a hug.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who one we forgot in the good-looking category? Michael Wacha. Michael Wacha's a very
I was thinking that. And we have a sexy manager too. I know the beard wasn't good for the team, but that was a good look though.
He looked great.
Good look. Yeah.
He Ime Udoka. He was giving those Ime Udoka vibes. Honestly.
Yeah.
He should never have a beard again. It's unfortunate. Like, have the beard in the off season. That's perfect. But while the Red Sox are playing, you cannot have a beard. It is scientifically proven at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Can't happen.
I think on that note, I think it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely a good episode. Hopefully, we'll be back next week with more good content. Not screaming at the top of our fucking lungs, but the Sox are back, so we don't need to worry about that.
Right.
Much.
No, their
Sox are so back. It's disgusting.
So fucking back. I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. Oh.
Sox are back, kid.